welcome to South Asia Today, a show that provides you the glimpses of South Asia. I'm your host, Shivangi Mishra. Let's begin with the headlines first. New building of Sri Napi Chandra Mahavihar inaugurated in Nepal with India's grand assistance. POK residents continue to suffer under Pakistan's misrule. And Pulikali dance attract visitors in India's Kerala state. Let's begin the show with Nepal, where the new building of Sri Napi Chandra Mahavihar was recently inaugurated in Lalitpur city with the grand assistance of the Indian government. During the inauguration ceremony, the Indian ambassador to Nepal, Naveen Srivastava, the president of Lalitpur Development Society, Buddhiraj Bajracharya, and many other officials participated in the event. Have a look. Indian ambassador to Nepal, Naveen Srivastava, and the mayor of Lalitpur Metropolitan City, Chiri Babu Maharajan, jointly inaugurated the new building of Sri Napi Chandra Mahavihar, Lalitpur, built at an approximate cost of 3.5 crore Nepali rupees under Government of India's post-earthquake reconstruction grant in the cultural heritage sector in Nepal. The inauguration ceremony also saw the participation of the president of Lalitpur Development Society, Buddhiraj Bajracharya, representatives of the local community, representatives of INTAC, the PMC for the project, officials from the Government of Nepal, and the Embassy of India were also present in the event.
हम इस सांस्कृतिक पुनर्निर्माण के कार्य में करीब 28 ऐसे कल्चरल हेरिटेज की साइट्स हैं जो 8 जिलों में नेपाल के अलग अलग जगह पे कर रहे हैं। पिछले कुछ हफ्ते पहले बूढ़ा नीलकंठ में धर्मशाला का उद्घाटन किया गया, जो पहला ऐसा पुनर्निर्माण का कार्य था जो ख़त्म हुआ था। ललितपुर में ही ऐसी 8 हैं पूरी सांस्कृतिक रूप से महत्वपूर्ण इमारतें जिनका पुनर्निर्माण हो रहा है। आज ये पहली है, बाकी भी हम उम्मीद करते हैं जल्द से जल्द अपने समय के अनुसार खत्म हो सकेंगी।
The project was taken up under the post-earthquake reconstruction grant in the cultural heritage sector in Nepal. The Napi Chandra Mahavihar, which got damaged during the 2015 Gorkha earthquake, has now been reconstructed with the Government of India's grant assistance of around 3.5 crores Nepali rupees. The project has been implemented by Central Level Project Implementation Unit and DUDBC, Government of Nepal. The Indian ambassador to Nepal, during his remarks at the event, highlighted the various aspects of the robust ongoing development cooperation between India and Nepal and mentioned that it is a significant aspect of India-Nepal bilateral partnership. Mayor Maharajan thanked the Government of India for its support to Lalitpur as well as Nepal in general in terms of asset creation.
र यहाँको सम्पदा tangible and intangible heritage लाई जीवन्तता दिनको निमित्त र चाहिएको बेला यथोचित सहयोग गर्नको निमित्त भारत सरकार जसरी अग्रसरमा आइराख्नु भएको छ, त्यसको लागि म ललितपुर महानगरपालिकाको सम्पूर्ण नगरवासीहरूको तर्फबाट र मेरो स्वयंको तर्फबाट भारतीय सरकारलाई मुडी धन्यवाद, मुडी साधुवाद व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु।
India and Nepal have historic cultural similarities and heritage to preserve for our future generations. Therefore, it is our common endeavour to restore these heritage sites. India has been working with Nepal for the restoration of cultural heritage projects in the past too. It's a reflection of our common culture, which is the strength of our friendly relationships. In line with this approach, the Government of India has committed to take up the conservation of 28 cultural heritage sites across 7 districts of Nepal. The Government of India has made the youth development of Kashmir as its key focus area. In a bid to reach out to the youths of the Shopia district of South Kashmir, the Indian Army had started the Paigam-e-Shopia community radio station. Over time, community radio station has become a key source for providing information about the various youth-centric schemes and programs to the students and youths residing in the remotest corners of the Union Territory. Let's have a look.
The Government of India is focused on an overall development of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Apart from rolling out several beneficiary schemes and programs for the people in the region, the government is also instrumental in holding awareness campaigns and building communication channels with the remotest areas of the Union Territory. In order to reach out to the youth of Shopia district in South Kashmir, the Indian Army has started a community radio station, Paigam-e-Shopia. The community radio station has not only become a source of entertainment but a key information platform for the youth of Shopia. It is also a platform for the youth to showcase their talents and voice their social concerns in public.
ये शोपिया का पहला रेडियो स्टेशन है, कम्युनिटी रेडियो स्टेशन है और हमें बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। हम यहाँ पर काम कर रहे हैं और कोशिश यही रहती है कि अपनी ऑडियंस को जो है हम इन्फॉर्म करें, एंटरटेन करें और एजुकेट करें। एंड मुझे लगता है कि ये एक बेस्ट प्लेटफॉर्म है यहाँ के लोकल यूथ के लिए, ताकि हम उनको और ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व करें और ज़्यादा जो है उनके टैलेंट को बूस्टअप करें, उनको एम्पावर करें। और लोकल्स का भी बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा रिस्पांस है यहाँ पर। काफ़ी ज़्यादा लोगों को हमने यहाँ पर इनवाइट किया। मैंने पर्सनली काफ़ी ज़्यादा लोगों के इंटरव्यूज़ भी लिए हैं और काफ़ी अच्छा रिस्पांस मिल रहा है। और जो भी यहाँ पर आता है वो ये कहकर ज़रूर जाता है कि सर ये बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है और हम कोशिश ये करेंगे कि इस तरीके के और प्लेटफॉर्म्स आगे आएँ ताकि जो लोकल टैलेंट है उसको हम और ज़्यादा बूस्टअप करें। और कोशिश यही रहती है हमारी कि हर किसी गेस्ट को, हर किसी मुद्दे को हम टच करें और लोगों तक पहुँचाएँ।
और इस चीज़ को बहुत अप्रिशिएट करती हूँ जो आपने इनिशिएटिव लिया है और यहाँ पे एक जो ये कम्युनिटी रेडियो स्टेशन है वो स्टार्ट किया है। तो मुझे लगता है, मेरा ओपिनियन यही है कि ये एक बेस्ट प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पे यूथ आकर के अपना जो टैलेंट है वो उसको इस मीडियम के थ्रू दुनिया तक पहुँचा सकती है। या फिर किसी भी मुद्दे पे बात हो, जैसे कि इस रेडियो स्टेशन में मैं खुद कनेक्टेड रहती हूँ, सुनती हूँ यहाँ के शोज़, तो बहुत सारे जो है बहुत सारे मुद्दों पर बात होती है जो कि राइजिंग इशूज़ होते हैं, इमर्जिंग इशूज़ होते हैं, या फिर बहुत सारी जो गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम्स होती है यूथ के लिए कोई भी, तो हमें उसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है। तो बहुत इन्फॉर्मेटिव भी है और बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है जो जिसके थ्रू यूथ अपना टैलेंट या अपनी आवाज़ आगे पहुंचा सकते हैं।
The community radio station became popular among the youth as soon as it was aired in the Shopian district. Many young talents were also invited to the radio station to perform their art and encourage the next generation of Kashmir to come out and bring their talent to the bigger stage.
यहाँ पे आके मतलब मुझे प्राउड फील हुआ। मेरे पास टैलेंट था, इन लोगों ने मुझे बुलाया है। मेरे जैसे भी यहाँ पे बहुत सारे हैं जिनके पास टैलेंट है, तो उन लोगों से मैं यही गुजारिश करता हूँ कि यहाँ पे आए और अपना टैलेंट शो करें।
After a successful launch of Paigam-e-Shopia, the government is looking forward to develop more such community radio stations in other districts of the Union Territory. Local singers, sports players and the youth lauded the step taken by the Indian Army, as these types of initiatives help local talents to reach a larger audience.
Now we take a look at some happenings in Asia in a segment called Asia Watch.
People took to the streets in Syria's Sweda in the latest in a wave of protest against President Bashar al-Assad. Protests started nearly 2 weeks ago over poor living conditions and spiraled into renewed calls for political change. Syria is in a deep economic crisis that saw its currency plunge to a record 15,500 Syrian pounds to the dollar last month in a rapidly accelerating free fall. It traded at 47 pounds to the dollar at the start of the conflict 12 years ago. Demonstrations broke out in Sweda in August over the removal of fuel subsidies. home province of most of Syria's Druze community, Sweden remained in government hands throughout the war and was largely spared the violence since elsewhere. The Indian Embassy in Kathmandu organized an event to mark the International Year of Millets, participated by business entrepreneurs, medical experts, and officials from the Nepal government. Delivering the keynote address, the Indian ambassador to Nepal, Naveen Srivastava, highlighted the main reason for India's initiation to move a proposal in the UN Assembly to mark the day.
The primary reason that India moved this resolution in the United Nations was considering the challenges that the global community is facing in this era, including the challenges of food security, making crops or using crops which are climate resilient, use less water, and are able to survive in even harsh conditions than the usual cereals that we continue to use today do not survive and require a large amount of water. Looking at all those factors, millets can provide a solution to meeting the challenges of global climate change or even the food security.
The United Nations General Assembly declared 2023 as the International Year of Millets on March 5, 2021 through a resolution tabled by India along with Bangladesh, Kenya, Nepal, Nigeria, Russia and Senegal, and co-sponsored by more than 70 UN member states, with the aim to raise awareness about the importance of millets for food security, nutrition and climate resilience. Also known as power grains, the millet refer to several varieties of small seeded grasses that are cultivated as grain crops. Amongst these, pearl millet, finger millet and sorghum are the most popular. The iconic Sydney Opera House hosted a different kind of event as people sat on the steps of the world-famous landmark to watch the Beyond Greatness Community Football Tournament. Played on the Opera House forecourt, the charity tournament brought together 40 local female players to compete for the trophy. The Australian charity is the National Aboriginal Sporting Chance Academy, which utilizes the power of structured sporting and cultural programs to harness the education, employment and health aspirations of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander young people. The New Zealand charity is BBM, which is run by people with lived experience in changing their mindsets and turning their lives around. BBM operates 2 free gyms in South Auckland and West Auckland and a gym in Tokoroa. Their aim is to reduce obesity amongst Maori and Pacific people through education, thereby enabling them to choose both a healthy and active lifestyle.
Moving on. The illegally occupied territory of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir has been mired in a number of issues. The mounting inflation, crumbling infrastructure, inadequate healthcare facilities and unavailability of potable water have broken the people of POK. The residents complain that the promises made by the government to improve the state of POK are mere hogwash. We have a report.
The illegally occupied territory of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is engulfed in a variety of issues. The mounting inflation, crumbling infrastructure, inadequate healthcare facilities, unavailability of potable water, and a host of other problems have broken the residents inside out. Speaking about the inefficient doctors and underdeveloped healthcare infrastructure in the region, a resident from Muzaffarabad highlighted the inconsiderate attitude of the POK administration.
दारुल हुकूमत के अंदर हमारे 2 बड़े मेन हॉस्पिटल्स हैं। उन अस्पतालों की जो हालत है वो सारी अवाम के सामने है। CMH की क्या हालत है और एम्स की क्या हालात हैं। उसके अंदर हमारे डॉक्टरों की जो नाइली है और मरीज़ों के साथ जो सलूक किया जा रहा है, दूर दराज से ताओबर्ड, अठमकाम, नीलम, इन एरिया से जो हमारे मरीज़ आते हैं उनके साथ इस जगह पे इतना इंतहाई जुल्म किया जा रहा है और उनको लूटा जा रहा है।
Apart from the authorities, the doctors serving in the government hospitals showcase their inaptitude and dereliction of duty towards the patients coming from far-flung areas of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. These doctors are said to be running their own clinics to fleece patients for their medical treatment. In cases of fatal emergencies, most of the patients are said to have died in absence of emergent medical aids and facilities.
यहाँ पर जो डॉक्टर हज़रात हैं उनने अपनी अपनी क्लिनिक शुरू स्टार्ट किए हुए हैं। अगर आप सरकारी हॉस्पिटल के अंदर चले भी जाएं तो कोई भी डॉक्टर उस जगह पे पहली बार मौजूद ही नहीं होगा। अगर मौजूद होगा वो मरीज़ को उस तरह चेक नहीं करेगा, वो शाम के टाइम 4 बजे का टाइम देगा और अपनी क्लिनिक का टाइम देगा। ये हमारे दारुल हुकूमत के डॉक्टरों का ये हाल है और हमारे मरीज़ यहाँ पे मर रहे हैं।
The Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, although abundant with natural resources and water reservoirs, people here are suffering with lack of drinking water and fatal waterborne diseases. The residents blame the stooge administration of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir for the insurmountable problems they have to face in their daily lives.
कश्मीर के अंदर अगर देखा जाए तो हमारे मुजफ्फराबाद में यहाँ से 2 दरिया और तीसरा दरिया राड़े के मुकाम पर 3 दरिया मुजफ्फराबाद में हैं, लेकिन उसके बावजूद हमारे दूर दराज पहाड़ी इलाकों में अगर चले जाएं और स्पेशली मुजफ्फराबाद के अंदर पीने का साफ़ पानी मुहैया नहीं है, अवाम बीमारियों में मुब्तला है, कोई चेक एंड बैलेंस नहीं हो रहा, पानी के मसाइल के ऊपर कोई तवज्जो नहीं है।
The situation in the illegally occupied territory has further deteriorated ever since the new government came to power in the region. The new Prime Minister, Chaudhry Anwarul Haq, seems to be a highly inconsiderate leader in the region. Residents say the Prime Minister is more concerned about fulfilling his own agendas and serving as a puppet deployed by Pakistan in the region. In more than 7 decades of Pakistan's misrule in the region, not a day has passed when the residents did not come out on the streets against the administration. The situation has further worsened after Pakistan's economy plunged to an unimaginable low. The resources from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir are used as relief for the provinces of Pakistan during this economic breakdown. The residents of POK are left empty-handed and on the mercy of God for their livelihood and development.
Kerala, often referred to as God's own country, is renowned for its rich cultural values and traditions. Pulikali is one such vibrant and traditional folk art form in the Indian state of Kerala. It is also known as the Tiger Dance and is usually performed during the annual Onam festival. During the Pulikali celebrations, participants paint themselves as tigers and leopards and dance through the streets, creating a colourful and lively spectacle. This unique art form is a significant part of the state's cultural heritage. Have a look.
Kerala, which is also known as God's own country, prides itself on being the flag bearer for not just how a culture can respect its past, but also march forward with growth and progress. The traditional folk art forms in Kerala have evolved since the history of mankind, and they are almost related to every phase of human life. Pulikali is one of the folk art forms performed during the celebrations of Kerala's Grand Harvest Festival, Onam. During the celebrations, the artists paint their bodies to imitate tigers while performing Pulikali. Based on the theme Tiger Hunting, the artists role-play tigers and hunters to manifest the encounter between man and the beast.
This year there are only 5 teams from Thrissur participating in Pulikali, and we are one of that. We have 51 tigers ready for this festival with the mass participation of all the people from here. We have also getting relief from central government this year because of cultural department, cultural ministry, and all parts of people have supported us in this event. So we are very happy and thankful to all the government and all the other public help. We want to do it better next year also. We are very thankful and happy to everyone.
The main attractions of the event are the men shaking their pot bellies to the rhythm of traditional percussion instruments such as thawil, uduku and chenda. A tiger overlooking their pot bellies is painted using traditionally manufactured oil paints. Every year, the streets of Thrissur get swarmed with locals and tourists coming from foreign lands to witness the spectacle during Onam.
I'm just so excited because this is the first time and my first time overall in India. So I've never been before in India, but I'm very happy to start with this beautiful festival.
The artists act as tigers and bring out the facial expressions of the wild animal on their bellies. Pulikali has emerged as a major tourist attraction over the years. This marvelous procession is witnessed by lakhs of visitors who come to celebrate the history, art and culture of the land from different corners of the world.
It's time for me to wrap up today's episode. We'll be back next week at the same time. This is Shivangi Mishra signing off on behalf of the entire production team of South Asia Today. Goodbye and take care.